What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Yeah, we're live. Had a small glitch there, but we're live. Welcome back to the channel. The Not the day after, 2 days after we play Cagliari, but the day before we play Udinese. So we have that. We're gonna talk about obviously the game. The things that worked well, didn't work well. Udinese tomorrow, Coppa Italia, first game. I think very important game for us. To keep the streak alive, but also, the Coppa Italia at the end, I think we need to win it. And I'll maybe explain why in a bit. We're going to talk about Vlahovic, obviously, because that's on the thumbnail. That's the biggest news of the day, the bad news as well. And there's also some good news concerning Bremer. So that's what we're going to talk about. And Openda, Jonathan David, or Yildiz taking on the role from Vlahovic. But first off, how are you guys doing today?
Hey, I have a little headache, so let's hope I survive this live show. But other than that, all is good. And yeah, I kind of can't wait for that game tomorrow, to be honest. Let's see how freely we can play. Usually in the cup, we play better, and it's a opportunity to try new things. And because of Dusan's injury, we will need to try new things for sure.
Yeah. Imran, you? All good?
Yeah, all good. When you win, at least you have a free mind. It's good to win. I hope that we can continue this week. Tomorrow it's really important to be in a good mood before the Napoli game. That is really the big test for this Juve. And yeah, I believe like all the Juventini are happy, except the lovers of Vlahovic maybe.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna get straight into that. Oh my god, almost 4-1. We're gonna talk about that. Excuse me. The Vlahovic news is a big news of the day. I think the moment it happened, we all knew it would be something serious. I guess otherwise, the way he was walking, and even today, if you saw the clip, of him walking into J Medical, you can see that it's not looking good. So he's out for. Okay, so if you need to go off journalists, they say 2 months. If you just listen to Spalletti, he said about 2-3 months, and then the doctors will have a better idea of the situation. So, I mean, 2 months is extremely unrealistic at this moment in time. It's going to be longer, much longer than 2 months. It's going to be at least 3 months apparently, and then it all depends on when he will be back, etc. So, worst case scenario, he might play a month of football for us before he might leave, on a free agent basis. If I told you at the end of last season that, well, Vlahovic is staying, and in December, the 1st of December, he will pick up an injury that will put him on the sideline for a couple of weeks, or a couple of months, excuse me, and we will be in big trouble. You would say, well, that's crazy. Or you would ask, has he scored about 15 goals at that point, or 12 goals where, we're in a situation that he is that important? And that's not the case, but still we're going to miss him. Like, he's not firing. He's not scoring goals for fun. That's not. But compared to Jonathan David and Openda, yeah, the difference is noticeable. Spalletti rates him highly. Spalletti made it very clear that he is his number one. And the upside of it, we didn't even use Openda and David that much since Spalletti came in. And right now, you have absolutely no choice. So, yeah, Norbert, how big of a miss is it that he will be out so many months, basically?
Yeah, for me, it's not that we're going to miss Vlahovic because he was good. We're going to miss Vlahovic because what we have behind him is worse currently. So currently, David and Openda is not good at all. They have some flashes, but overall, right now, I can't trust them with being the striker up front. So, yeah. After last year, I wanted Vlahovic to go like immediately, and now he had some better games, and he showed that he's our best striker. not counting Yildiz. And yeah, we're gonna miss him. And now let's see what is the solution. You put Yildiz up top, you put Openda, you put Jonathan David, but I think it's going to be David. That's what I feel, but yeah, let's see.
What do you think, Imran? Is it a big I mean, maybe not for the goals, but like Norbert is saying, the way he's been playing, compared to others as well. How much are we gonna miss him?
Yeah, I think Vlahovic throughout this season he's been our best number 9. Yeah, for me he's not a player that I like, but when you look at the 3 number 9s that we have today, I believe the one that is giving the most, the one that wants it the most is Vlahovic. David Openda, they didn't really show me some beautiful things. I expected more from them. I at least I expect the fighting spirit from the players. That's the least that I can expect from a player, and then we can speak about the quality, the way you play. But first of all, you need to show me that you really want it. And Vlahovic is the only one that showed this until today. So 2-3 months without Vlahovic is really bad for Juve. But I think we need to work it out. We need to find a solution, and I believe that we have the solution, but it will all depend on the mindset of Openda and David, and if they will now start to understand that if they don't score, if they don't show the right mentality, the right attitude, it will be over for them. The next 2 and 3 months for these two players are very essential in their Juventus career, because if you don't show up today, like I think Juve now, when we will go to the summer, we will start again speaking about a new number 9, and I believe that we will already start saying that if Vlahovic leaves, then David and Openda are not the one that will replace him. So I believe in next summer you start again Juventus on the market looking for a number 9. If David and Openda they don't show up in these 2 or 3 months, that Vlahovic will miss.
Well, they have no. I mean, it's easy to say that they have no choice to show up, but there is no choice. I thought it was kind of. I mean, I don't know how to put damning the way Spalletti was speaking about both of them after the Cagliari game, saying that they kind of look scared out there, and opponents know that, and that's why they take advantage of them. They bully them a little bit, and he also said they're very emotional players. They need support, and if they don't get it from the fans, he described 2 very fragile players, and right now, that was at the time. Right now, if they can, he was basically saying they're scared. How are they feeling right now, knowing that Vlahovic is not there? It's gonna be one of you two, or both of you. I don't know, but you're gonna need to show up. And when they came on the pitch against Cagliari, Openda looked lost. He made in the small amount of minutes he played, he made some very boneheaded mistakes. Where he was just giving away the ball to Cagliari for no good reason. And even Openda, people were coming at me saying, "Oh, he was good. What are you talking about?" His hold-up play was good. Even Spalletti said it post-game. And then once in the final third, it's just too many wrong decisions. It's not him alone, obviously, but it's good if you can hold up play. But if the link up after the hold up is nothing, then yeah, it's pointless, because the last couple of games, Vlahovic's hold up play was good, but also the link up play was good. It was useful. I don't think Jonathan David's link up play has been useful, in my opinion. And Openda is a different type of player, but the wrong decisions both of them made in the final third, the last 10 minutes when we just needed to see out the game was, was very noticeable. Also because it was in a small amount of time, and it was too obvious that these players are not playing with any sort of confidence, and that it's a real issue. Now, it is a real issue, and it's not even that Vlahovic was scoring 10 goals or a goal every single week. Now imagine we need to rely on goals from these two. So I don't know. I do think he's going to go with Jonathan David. I don't know what you guys think about it. But I do think he's going to go with Jonathan David, just purely because he said he's kind of similar to Vlahovic, only Vlahovic is better at it right now. So, I mean, 1+1 is 2, right? You know, he said Openda's one who makes the runs, etc. But if you chose to play with Vlahovic all this time, then surely you're going to go with Jonathan David right now. Or do you think something?
Yeah, I think David is the replacement. I would like to see something else. Like, it's not my job to figure out what to do, but I would try to put like Yildiz next to him, or Openda maybe even, because then we have a runner and Yildiz can give some good balls, and he can play deeper as a 10. But like back in the days, obviously Trezeguet a lot different. Everything is different, but Trezeguet Del Piero pair, where Del Piero was playing a little deeper, and then Trezeguet was the finisher. But yeah, something like that, because I'm not sure if David or Openda up top alone would be enough. And seeing how we play, it's not easy for us to find goals, and we need to rely on some individual performances. And yeah, I'm afraid if Yildiz is not scoring, or if Conceição every 3 games doesn't have a good game, then what are we going to do? So yeah, I think David is the replacement.
What do you think, Imran? Because he also said, I don't know what you guys think about it. He was asked about Yildiz in today's presser, and he said, yeah, he can play as a 9. He can do that because he's better. He said people want to see Yildiz on the wing. He was basically saying, I don't think that's the best position for him because he puts so much energy in things he shouldn't be putting energy, and it takes away of his final third quality. He said closer to goal is better because then he will have more opportunities to score goals. So I don't know. Do you think it's Jonathan David, Openda, or is he going to think outside of the box and maybe play a Yildiz in there, which means it's going to impact kind of the entire squad if you go with Yildiz?
I think going with Yildiz makes no sense because you don't have enough players on the left. And if you put Yildiz there, then who plays on the left? It's only Yildiz. So if you go with Yildiz as a number 9, then you will need to change the formation. Maybe you go with a 3-5-2. But if you keep the 3 men, the 2 wingers, one on the left and one on the right, you can't put Yildiz as a number 9. So I think that we go with Openda as a number 9 because after the game of Bodo Glimt, he said that David is more of a playmaker and Openda is really the number 9. So I believe that he sees Openda as a number 9 and David as a kind of a playmaker, the one that will drop, that will create space for the wingers. So I think we go with Openda as the number 9, so that Yildiz can keep doing what he's doing now, not paying attention to the players, not paying attention too much to Yildiz and putting their focus on Openda, so that Yildiz can still move and do the things that he loves to do. So I believe Openda is the best option today, even if I don't really like the player. I don't see him as a real number 9. And the worst thing is the attitude that he showed against in the last game. I remember that he entered for about 15 to 10 minutes and he doesn't want to run. I really don't understand that. With Leipzig, I saw the player. He was running non-stop and he was making a lot of moves. But with Juve, I really don't understand why when players, they arrive, they don't want to fight. They don't want to show us. I really don't understand. Is it really the pressure? Is it something that is really blocking them? But when you enter like 5 minutes, you need to run. You need to give a plus. You need to do something. But when these guys, they enter, I really don't understand. So I hope that they can correct their attitude first, and then maybe we speak about qualities and how they play and all and the tactics.
Yeah, I mean, even after the Cagliari game and today in today's presser, I mean, if you listen to him and even the players as well, it's like it's all talk about. It's not really about quality. It's about I don't know how to describe it. Like more of a believe in themselves, if that makes sense. Because Conceição came out and he said, like, we need to stop being scared of, making the pass or whatever. And then after the game, Spalletti came out and he said the same thing. He said some players just need to get rid of, I don't know what it is basically that's holding them back, and try to play that dangerous ball. And even today he was talking about in his presser, saying you need to be more brave, you need to believe that you can make that pass, and etc. And all those things. So when it comes to an attitude, like Conceição is, I mean, like he's probably the poster boy. Like if you want to describe what we're going to describe, you have a picture of Conceição beside him, because if you look up his numbers in beating his man, it's unbelievable. It's up there with the best in the world. But there's no end product whatsoever. Like absolutely no end product. Against Cagliari, how many times did he cook his opponent? Because it was many times against Cagliari. And how many times did he make the wrong decision? And the wrong decision is not taking a shot and it gets saved. That's the right, like, good, good save, whatever. But pulling it back when there's nobody near, putting it second post when everybody's in the first post, like, not, or holding it on too long, or cutting back when you're like, just keep running, because that's the only way. Like, he makes so many second moment mistakes where it becomes very frustrating, and also a big part of the reason why we only scored 2 goals against Cagliari. Not the only reason, but big part of the reason, because in the second half we created enough openings in and around the box, especially when Miretti came in as well. Like we dominated them in and around the box, and we opened them up a lot of times, and a lot of times it ended up with Conceição, and the wrong decision was made on the ball. That's the reason why we didn't create clear-cut chances, because the final ball was just missing and has been missing for months, weeks, years, whatever, but right now it's very clear that that's missing. So do you solve that with maybe playing an Openda and Jonathan David? No, it's not going to solve that issue, because I don't think they are going to be the problem, nor was Vlahovic a problem in that regard. The problem was all these players entering the final third, just messing it up every single time. No matter who. Conceição, obviously against Cagliari, was was obviously the issue, because it was very clear to see that he was struggling with it. And even he came out after the game saying that his end product needs to get better. He said, like, it's not good enough because he literally said, like, I don't finish off what I start. Like, and that is massive. Like, that is actually the biggest issue with the squad right now. Forget about, like, we don't create chances, not because we don't get in the areas. We don't create them because we do get in the areas, and then we have no clue what to do with it. And that's frustrating to watch. That's frustrating to watch, and it's not going to get solved from now, this morning, and tomorrow morning it's solved. It's going to need to come with time and belief. That's why when Spalletti speaks, and every time he speaks, I'm like, I don't think he's doing a lot of coaching right now, actually coaching. I think he's doing like what a I don't know what a mental coach needs to do. I think he's working so much on that aspect, because half of his pressers, are about the mental state of the squad rather than the tactical setup and etc. So how bad were they? How downward were they, Norbert? That every single presser, it's like the mindset, the pressure, this. Like,
Yeah.
I think in the last 3 pressers, he mentioned he's hugging players. And he's not joking, by the way.
We have this mental issue since, I feel like, Motta, maybe, or even the last half of a year of Allegri. But yeah, we have some issues, and I truly don't know how to fix it. And it's crazy because we're signing players, and also those players, it's like a disease. They're getting this issue as well, where there's something holding them back. Either they're not trying, or just, for example, the Conceição reminding me of Miretti 2 years ago, when he did everything right until the last decision. Yeah. But yeah,
but that,
I don't know.
He was young, like he was very young. Miretti.
Yeah.
Okay, Conceição was not old, but like He's not young. You know what I mean? Like, it's not 18.
Yeah.
He's a lot of
Yeah.
experience, and that's the worrying part.
Yeah, it is. It is worrying, especially. Yeah, I'm sorry, but we spent so much money on these players, and they just, I don't know. Yeah, how do you fix it? How do you fix this mental issue? I don't know. I truly don't. There's no way they didn't try everything. There's some mental coaches or something. Maybe, I don't know. What do you do? How do you fix this?
I don't know. Does anyone believe, really quickly, one of you, like, because we talk about the finishing, but does anyone see? Okay, does anyone see a double-digit contributing player in Conceição? Okay, that's not fair. Double digit, it's 10. But let's say at least one double digit goals or assists and like 5 of the other. Does anyone see that in Conceição? Does anyone see that in Openda and David for us? Because Openda and David have done it. Like, they've proven that they can do it. It's just not working. That's why I'm a bit intrigued, because, you know, if it was only David or only Openda, we can all say, you know what, maybe it was a one-off at the other teams. But it's 2 of them. Like, 2 of them who contributed at other teams. Openda maybe not that much in this last season, but still. And now both of them are struggling at Juve. That's why I'm worried at the same time, but also a little bit calm as well, because it's not a one-off. It's not an isolated, you know, player. It's 2 of them, you know, in the same situation. That's why I'm calm with it. I don't know what you guys think. Imran, what do you think? Like, do you think it will click at least for one of the 2? Because they've done it. The numbers are out there. It's just they can both, like, it cannot be the case that both were quote unquote frauds.
I believe it will click for both, but it all comes down at what do they want to work for it, because as I told you, they don't want, from what I see on the pitch, they don't want to. I see Yildiz that is going to defend, going to take back the ball, he's running, and even he's the best player of Juve, but he's doing the work. But for the others, I don't understand. Openda, he's entering the pitch, he's walking. I don't know how you want it to click if you don't make the move, if you don't run, if you don't ask for the ball behind the defenders. How do you want it to work? If David is entering, he's missing all the passes that he had. Like in the Cagliari game, do you remember how many counterattacks we had with David Openda? When David is missing the pass, or it's Openda who's missing the pass? How do you want it to click if you are missing these simple things? Like, we are not asking them to, I don't know, like score against Napoli or make a great comeback. You are playing against Cagliari at home. You are already winning, so there is no pressure at all. And you enter in for about 15 minutes, and you are missing everything. So the players, they need to understand that what you are doing today, it's not about, as Spalletti said, it's not about giving them hugs, or it's about you understanding that what you are doing today is really bad, and you need to work more. You need to show more. And Vlahovic, he showed. Yes, he's not the best number 9, but he's trying. We saw in some particular games that the way he was pressing, the way he was motivating his teammates, the way he was not reacting, but he was acting. And then he's looking at the others to tell them, go, press, go with me. But the guys there, Openda and David, I really don't get it. Like, they need to show tomorrow if they play. I need to see them running, pressing. You need to go for it, and then not by luck, but because football will reward you, and then you will get a goal that will unlock your path at Juve. But if you don't go for it, like, it won't come to you.
I mean, yeah. Because the mistakes they make, you're right. Like, they have like easy mistakes. You know, like Openda, you can look it back. You know, it's missing the ball and giving it away without any sort of pressure. You know, it's just mistakes, sloppy mistakes. And if they, if it's one, fine. If it's 1, 2, 3, and then you add the fact you're not scoring and you're actually not playing well overall, then yeah, pressure might get to you. But right now, I mean, somebody said they're getting paid millions. Yeah, I don't feel sorry for them. They're going to need to step up. By the way, Cremonese had the miss of the season. You need to look it up. That's one of the craziest things I've seen in a very long time. But that's that part. It is what it is. The good news, I guess, is Yildiz is back, or was he never gone? As a question, I'm not certain what happened, because he didn't look fit, obviously, the last couple of weeks. But I also don't think you go from not being fit the one day to coming in, changing the Bodo Glimt game, and doing that against Cagliari. So I'm not really sure what the real problem was, but I think it's a good sign that he's back, because somebody early on said you cannot just rely on Yildiz. That's what we need to do right now. We have no other choice. There is no other choice. At this moment in time, how frustrating it is and how worrying it also is, yes, you need to work on other solutions, but right now, he is the only solution we have. Going, maybe not Udinese, it depends, but going to Napoli, for example, he is the only solution we have right now to potentially win that game. I think it will be crazy for us to hope going into the Napoli game that Openda or Jonathan David is going to set the world on fire. It will be unrealistic, It will be crazy. It will be a dream, hope, etc. It wouldn't be reality. The reality is you're going into the Napoli game and Yildiz is going to need to win you that game. If you're going to win it, it's going to need to be him yet again. It is sad. It's extremely worrying, but that's so obvious right now. No, if he doesn't play well, we don't play well. Or if he doesn't, if he's not on it, then we are just completely not on it. Even when he's on it, the team looks a bit iffy at, many times. But if he's not on it, then we have a serious problem on our hands. And I mean, he got a lot of stick. I've seen, some, what it is. I saw people saying, "Oh, but you don't criticize Yildiz, but you do criticize Conceição, etc." Because I expect way more from Yildiz. That's one, and two, I know Yildiz is way better. I know Yildiz is the best player on this squad, the most talented player in this squad. I know that. It will be. We all came on and said Yildiz is not good enough, but to say bench him, not because he wasn't fit, but because he wasn't playing well, is for me crazy. Because that was a talk at a certain point where it's like, oh, you need to bench him, because you're saying bench Conceição, etc. Conceição was never going to take this team by the hand and win us games. Not now, not tomorrow, not 10 years from now. He's not that guy. That's why I can easily say, you know what, bench Conceição and let somebody else play. Even if we had another option for Yildiz, I still wouldn't say bench him, because he's the only player we look at and be like, he's going to win us the game. He won us the game out of nowhere twice. He won us the game out of nowhere because there was no sign that we're going to score in either of those moments. He just popped up. Yes, good build up, but still, he popped up. He took, responsibility at that moment in time. Nobody else. Conceição was not going to do that on a consistent basis. I've seen Yildiz do that on a consistent basis enough times to say you don't bench him. Even if he's not fit, fine. But you're not going to bench him just because he isn't playing well. That's not how you're going to get Yildiz going. So, I don't know, Norbert. It's sad. It's worrying. But, yeah, he's just the best player on this team. And he's going to take us as far as, he wants to take us at this moment.
Yeah, every team has their best player. Somewhere the gap between the best player and the rest is not as big as with us. But it is what it is. He's the best, and he needs to play every game where he's fit, and it looks like he will be the deciding factor this season. If he's playing well, he's scoring goals, we win. If he doesn't play or he doesn't play well, then we might not win. And until this changes, it's kind of also worrying that we are relying on him this much. But as I said, it is what it is, and yeah, let's hope he continues scoring. And he's him. Like I said it in the group chat as well, and you tweeted as well. Like he's him, obviously.
Yeah.
And now it's clear, and now he scored the same amount of goals as Del Piero, right? Before 20, or how was it? Before the age of 20? Not 20. 20. The first 20 goals was
Yeah.
the fastest. Yes. So yeah, I just let's hope it continues, and we go from there.
Someone said, I don't get the low effort if you want to show something. Yeah, but it's the players. Personally, I didn't expect much from Openda in the first place, and I don't expect now. But David is a negative surprise for me. I expected some things. A lot of people did, like Julian, who is not on the channel because he's busy, but he will be. And then I will, well, probably when Julian will be back, Jonathan David is scoring goals for some reason. We have to score first against Napoli. We lose if that's the other way around. I don't see us turning it around. I think that goes for any game at this moment in time. Like if we go behind against Pisa, I think we will struggle. I don't think it has anything to do with the opponent. I think it just has to do with more of the mindset of this group, of this club. Miretti gets inside the opposition box, needs to play more. We need more bodies stepping inside the box. Interesting. Spalletti today said he's more of a deep lying playmaker. That's what he said today. So if you dream about him being close into the box, no, he said he can create from deep. I thought it was surprising. I was not expecting him to say that. He also said, playing at Genoa, playing different positions and roles helped him, but I was not expecting him to say that, he can be a deep, or he will be a very good deep playing playmaker. So I don't know what that means. I'm assuming he's going to start tomorrow. I hope so. I think he needs to get some sort of continuity as well, and maybe Locatelli needs a rest, so maybe that's the solution. Miretti is going to play there. Miretti has a passing ability to be a deep lying playmaker. He does, but I think a lot of people assume that he can, play that final ball. That's also what Spalletti said. He can play that final pass, but if you play that deep, maybe it's not going to be showcased as much as possible, and it's a shame. That's a shame to me. But it's clear he's not a start. Like, he's going to go Locatelli Thuram right now. But yeah, we will see how that will go, I guess. Okay, we talked about those things. Coppa Italia tomorrow. Imran, do you think it's very important that we win the Coppa Italia this season? Because I think it is, and not because it's a Coppa, because it's the best trophy out there. Like, it's a trophy, and you take it. Obviously, I'm not gonna dismiss it, but I think it's more of, I was thinking about it today, and I was like, the players who probably gonna be here next season need to have some sort of winning, like taste of winning. Whatever. We thought with Allegri, but then we sacked Allegri the moment he won. I'm assuming, I have a feeling we're not going to sack Spalletti at the end of the season. That's my feeling right now. No matter what happens, unless it's a disaster, even if you finish 5th, I don't think you're going to sack Spalletti. That's what I think. So going off that idea, I think it's very important that this team wins with Spalletti. Even if it's a Coppa Italia, the players who are going to be here need to have the feeling that we can win. Even if it's one-off games, just win. Deal with the pressure and get things over the line. So for me, I think it's very important, and not winning tomorrow, in my opinion, is a disaster. I don't know what you think about it.
Yes, I think if you don't win Coppa Italia, if you don't think about winning Coppa Italia is really bad. At the end, it's a trophy that you add to your cabinet, and I believe that's what Juventus is. It's about winning. It's about adding titles and making that room even bigger. So, but saying that we can build on that, and that the next players, they need that winning mentality based on the Copa that you win, I believe maybe exaggerating, because at the end we did the same with Allegri, and he left after, and we changed, I believe, like 14 new players, so it made no sense. And today for Spalletti, it's a bit the same situation, because Spalletti is a bit of uncertainty. We don't know if he will stay for next season, and some of the players that are today considered like pillars of this Juve, I believe that they will leave for next summer, like Gatti, Locatelli, Rugani, Kostic. They are all leaving. You can add Perin. So a lot of pillars are leaving next summer. So I don't know if you win Coppa Italia will really give you something to build on for the next season. I don't think so. So, but for me, I would like a team that, instead of focusing on Coppa Italia and winning it, I would like a team that will compete in the league, like in the round 35, and you are still competing. You still have like 3 points with the first, then you lose at the end. I would like a team that compete in Serie A. Maybe they don't win it; they lose at the end by a small margin. That's what I want. I want a competitive team. But to say let's go for top four, let's guarantee top four, and then we start really concentrating on Coppa Italia to win it and to build on it. For me, it makes no sense. And I was looking at Spalletti's history in Coppa Italia. Like, the best he did was a semi-final with Roma in the 16-17 season. That's it. So it really doesn't give me a lot of hope for Spalletti. So let's not speak a lot about Coppa Italia. For me, Serie A is really the goal. Not winning it, but at least competing and being there until the end. And maybe that's the thing that you can build on for the next seasons.
What do you think, Norbert? Is it a must? Because somebody's saying in the chat, I don't care about the cup. I care. Like, it's a cup. You need to, like, you always, if you're in it, you need to win it. In my opinion. But I mean, I think it's important. I think it's important for the simple reason, like I said earlier on, because I think Spalletti is going to be the coach. With Allegri, I knew he was out. We all knew he was out, even if he wanted. I think he's going to stay. So I think it's important that, you get that, I don't know, like, bond together, that you want something.
Yeah, the league is. I don't think it's possible, to be honest. I want to win something, and the cup is the easiest to win, in my eyes. And winning a cup. Now I can't even say it would be a big push for these players, because we won it with Allegri, and I understand that a lot of players left after that, but still, it didn't really do anything. But yeah, if we are in it, we need to try to win it, and the cup is more possible in my eyes than the league. So we need to win something, and let's hope that win can push us forward. But also, I want to be in the league as well, like in contention at least. But that's we need to try both. We can't let any of these go. We can't let the league go for the cup, and we can't let the cup go for the league, I think.
You know what's crazy? Because you talk about it and talked about it, and I pulled up the league. We're 5 points off the top, which isn't a lot. It feels more, but it's not. The crazy thing is, like, we lost 2 games this season in the league. Napoli 3. Inter Roma already lost 4 games this season. The difference is, well, we drew 5. Like, that's the difference. We don't beat Torino, and they get slapped out by everyone after that. Como, Lecce, they lose. Those are points dropped for no reason. Verona, like, points dropped, like stupid points. Fiorentina, they're horrible, and somehow we drop points against. Like, you could easily be up there. Would anyone have a different belief? No, I don't think so. Like, we could have won that Verona game if that wasn't a pen, but we got dominated that second half. Like, honest, that what happened against Torino. You could have scraped it, but you will come out of that knowing the performance was not good enough to have that type of results with that performance all season long. The Fiorentina game, you could have won that if the Mandragora shot, got blocked, whatever. But at full time, you're like, good, but the performance won't be enough to be sustainable all season. So when people are looking at it and be like, oh, we could have been much, much closer, I'm like, yes, but the feeling for me wouldn't have changed. It's like completely different. Arsenal and Chelsea. I don't know if anyone watched the game yesterday, Arsenal-Chelsea. I had it on. Arsenal weren't good. Chelsea were okay, even with 10 men. They're still 5 points in the league. And I've seen, I listen to podcasts and all these things, and people are like, oh, you see, they're close, they're in the race, Chelsea, etc. I'm like, it's a one-off game. No, the difference on the season between the two teams is still massive. That's kind of the same thing. You can be close in the league right now, and we could have been closer, but the performances would still be what they were. And I think not good enough, So I'm not looking at the league right now. Yeah, top 4, you need to get into it. But I mean, that's like right now, a lot of people are looking at it. And if you want to make fun or like whatever, it's okay, it's fun. But taking the league table serious right now, I think would be a mistake. I think you need to take the league table, serious at the end of February. Then is when I'm starting to get into it, and I'm like, okay, right now, not making top 4 is a feeling. It's not based on the league table. It's just a feeling watching other teams play. They're better than us, It has nothing to do with the league table. Like I said, Inter, Roma, they lost 4 games already this season. They lost 4. Milan, everybody's going out. Oh, the big games, they look fantastic. They do. But they gave away a 2-0 lead against Parma. They couldn't beat Cremonese or Pisa. Like, those games happen as well, You need to look at the big picture. So, I don't know. For me, it's important, the Copa. I think it's important. With the squad we have, we can compete in all competitions. Spalletti needs to heavily rotate. He's going to do that. Bologna are losing to Cremonese, super team. I'm watching. That game could have been all over the place. It could have been like 3-6 or something crazy. Draws are losses in my books. Yeah, especially if the other teams above you win. The better Yildiz gets playing for Juve, the more Juve is tempted to sell him for the money to a big club in the very near future. I don't agree with that statement, in my opinion. I think Juve will sell if he asks to leave. If he's not asking to leave, the club will not force him out, because you cannot force him out. You cannot sell unless the club is going bankrupt, and you need to sell him. Then okay, you can force him out, I guess. But otherwise, you cannot. They're not going to sell him if he wants to stay. If that makes any sense, because he's worth more than 100 million in today's market. He is. Like he is. Yeah. I've seen reports and people debating it 75, and people like that's enough. I'm like, are you insane? I've seen Tottenham pay 65 or 70 for Solanke. I don't care. It's a Premier League tax. I absolutely do not care. It's probably a Premier League club who will make a potential offer for Yildiz. Even if you and I do not believe he's worth 100, that's fine. But that's today's market. Wirtz is not worth over 100 they pay. Isaac is not worth, well, how much did he pay? 130 million? It's insane. Like, he barely scores 20 goals a season. And they pay, like 130 million, you need to give me Messi. You don't need to give me whoever. Like Caicedo, fantastic player. Like he is for Chelsea. But they pay 100 million. I think they pay like 65 for Lavia, who showed absolutely nothing at that point. Or with nothing, I mean, not 65 million. So at least like Anthony, 100, like Maguire, 80, whatever. Like, are we for real? So I don't think the club is going to sell him unless he asks to be sold, which at this moment in time is not the case. Whatever Romano's, trying to put out there, it's just not the case at this moment in time. Anyways, I think we're going to wrap this one up, people. We'll see tomorrow. Does anyone have a prediction? Or does anyone want to give a prediction for tomorrow?
We win 3-1. Defensively, we just can't keep it together. If it's not Kostic who makes some mistakes, it's someone else. So, yeah, 3-1.
2-1.
What do you think? 2-1. Okay. My prediction is tomorrow for my preview.
I just wanted to
Wait.
ask you one question. Ramos is free agent. Do you take him or not? No.
No chance.
I really hate Ramos, so even if he would be a good player, I would say no when he's not.
It's not even about the hate. I saw like I didn't see the news, by the way. Like, is there an actual link? Because I just saw Twitter pictures of Ramos and Juve top. But is there actually a report out there?
No,
I've
no,
not
it's just
seen
free
it.
agent. Just an idea.
Okay, so no. And people said it, and people like, oh, you want experience, and now you don't want experience. No, I still want quality.
He's cancer.
Have you watched him at Sevilla? Nobody watched him in the Mexican league. Don't lie to me. He played in the Mexican league, right?
Yeah.
Nobody watched him there. Nobody. In terms of people who come at me, you don't watch the Mexican league. I watched him at Sevilla after he left Real Madrid. It was horrible. It was really horrible. And even the last season at Real Madrid wasn't good on a defensive aspect. Why would you do that? Why would you and why would people oh yeah, do that? Why? I don't get it. Like I don't get
because
it.
Milan signed Modric.
Are we comparing Modric to Ramos? That's madness. Well, even De Bruyne to okay, he's injured, but are we really gonna do that in terms of not what they've done in the game, but right now, if you know what I mean? Crazy. Also, he's people were slamming Di Maria. Oh, he only wants to play for the World Cup squad. That's literally what Ramos wants to do. That's literally what he wants to do. So absolutely no. Okay, now we're gonna wrap it up, people. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Click the hype button, whatever that is. I saw an update, no idea what it is, but click it and we will see what will happen, or I will see what will happen. And then we will be back live probably Wednesday. We play Tuesday, Wednesday, yeah. So probably a live show on Wednesday to discuss the Copa Italia result. And then yeah, it's already built up towards Napoli, which is going to be massive, and yeah, very interesting to see how we're going to react. But let's start off with Udinese tomorrow. Thanks everybody for watching, tuning in. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys tomorrow post game. Ciao.